Welcome to the Tales from the Crypt podcast. We are an actual play podcast featuring a revolving cast of players making our way through micro RPGs, highly narrative tabletop games, and the more popular and less known RPG systems from a wide variety of genres. Content may not be suitable for children, and content warnings can be found in the description. I'm Riley Groves, and I'll be your host, your guide, your GM on this episode of Tales from the Crypt. Previously on Tales from the Crypt. On the cave ceilings, you begin to hear a skittering, and as you look up, several small scorpion-like creatures begin to fall, landing on your backs, on your arms. As you enter this chamber, you hear flapping of large wings. Ooh. The little puppy pastry walks out of the glow of your light and into this chamber.
I'm gonna just kind of shoot a scintillate in an up and arcing motion in front of me.
Flare.
Yeah.
It's a good choice.
So as you light up this chamber, you see that there are two quite large insects. One of them swoops down and eats the puppy off the floor. You continue on to the archipelago. It is a fairly large city. There's people coming in and out of it. It's fairly dusty. It's not quite as nice as Ecthelion was. It's got one kind of large central tower that kind of spirals up. It's got very nice architecture, and it's a pretty busy place. As you're walking down the street, you see a very large man, and he's wearing a helmet. He's carrying a huge hammer and a chain in his other hand, and he grabs a commoner, pushing him against the wall. "You, sir, you are found guilty of the crime of shoplifting. The penalty? Death." And he sets the guy down, taking his hammer, and smashes him down into little bitty pieces, killing this man in front of all of you. So it only takes a couple minutes before you guys see a shrine in front of you that does have a large, 3-foot tall salamander looking person standing at it.
The tyrant sent us to find the envoy.
Which that is me.
Perfect.
Yes.
So he said you might know something about the disappearance of his cat. There was a portal opened in the throne room, and a female-appearing creature stepped out with 2 chained beasts and attacked the court and catnapped the tyrant's prized Ripley.
Now that does shed some light on why you might be here, seeking my aid. Your friend seemed to leave out the portal business and the woman that stole the cat. I thought it was a simple cat in a tree scenario.
Not quite. I mean, it's a much different kind of tree.
Much different indeed. That's funny. Well, now that I have the full scope of things, I have an idea of who you may be referring to. By the sounds of it, it seems you're looking for the Soul Collector. Welcome back, everybody, to the Tales from the Crypt podcast. We are continuing our playthrough of Quest, and returning to the table, I have Connor.
Hey.
Derek.
Hello.
And Rebecca.
Hello there.
As Job, Nert, and Skinny. So before we jump into the episode, let's read a question from our pod deck interview deck to get to know each other a little bit better. And the question is, what's your favorite gadget?
Well, my favorite gadget would have to be my blender. I don't know if you've ever seen, there's a series of YouTube videos called Will It Blend? But they blend up all sorts of weird stuff in a blend tech blender, like cell phones, lighters, and a yard rake, and much other things. And so after like years of research, I was like, you know what? I'm going to get one of these and just blend fruits and vegetables in it and make smoothies.
Right on. I was going to ask.
How do they blend a rake? Do they break it into little...
So they like opened up the hole in the lid and he just kind of like put the handle down into the blender slowly.
Oh, so he wood chipper.
Oh.
Yes, I don't think he put the head of the rake in there.
Well, that's the interesting part, though. Because otherwise it's just a piece of wood.
That is true. But the cell phones are pretty interesting. It blended most stuff in the videos into dust. And it does a pretty good job making smoothies. I also use it to make peanut butter sometimes.
Oh,
Yum.
That sounds good.
right on.
It counts the number of blends that you do. So like every time you turn it on, it's like 385. And you're like, yes, I'm really getting my money's worth out of this blender.
That's cool.
No shit, it's got a counter on it to let you know how many blends you've done.
Yeah, I think if you buy one of the more expensive models, they are all pretty expensive. But if you buy one of the more expensive ones, it has like a LCD screen, and when you get to like certain milestones, I think it has like fireworks that says, "Great job, that's your 100th blend."
The fuck
Cool.
out. Does it have a leaderboard?
You have to compete with others.
I mean, they might now. I don't know.
That's wild. Okay, cool.
That is awesome.
Derek?
I would have to say, I think my favorite gadget is my little Arctic Air water-cooled fan thing that I got.
Okay. Oh, that's the one that sits on your desk, right?
Yeah.
Is that like a little mini
Yeah,
personal
a
air
little,
conditioner
little
kind
white
of deal?
air conditioner thing. You put this. There's this little filter that you put in water, put in the freezer, and then there's like an air reservoir that you fill. Between the two of them, it cools the air that comes through it, or it can add like a little bit of moisture to the air as well, especially with the wood stove.
Yeah.
So it's not it's nice. It's quiet. I don't get yelled at like I do for the rest of the fans.
Right on. Rebecca, what's your favorite gadget?
Oh, I don't know. I'm torn between a few. I might say these headphones. These are really nice, and they're Bluetooth, so I don't need this wire. I need the wire now because we're recording, I guess. But yeah, it's really nice when I edit our other podcasts.
Right on. I'm going to continue the theme of kitchen gadgets and say my rice cooker. That thing's held up. It was free, and it's held up. It's cooked rice. I've had it for 10 years, at least once a week for 10 years. So if it had a counter on it, it would be up there. And it shows no signs of not cooking my rice perfect every time. So that's my favorite.
Nice.
Besides my cell phone. But I
Oh.
feel like that's a gimme, so
Yeah.
Yeah, we're trying to avoid cell phones.
yeah, that's why nobody said that.
If we want to do kitchen gadgets, I would have said my crock pot. That's
Yeah.
a convenient gadget there.
The crock pot is a good one. If I was to, it's not even a gadget, it's just a cast iron pan. It's not,
It's not a gadget.
but it's my favorite.
I was gonna
thing
say
in the
mine's
kitchen.
still the cast iron pan out of the kitchen.
Yeah. You said your car starter earlier. too.
Yeah, car starter.
That's an impressive one.
I feel like I also like that more because I feel like it's the most into my car like modification that I've done personally.
That's pretty cool. Mr. Chevrolet did mine.
I think we're disrespecting the TV, though. TV is a pretty classic gadget. It's hard to be like, oh, I know people don't have them all the time, but that's rare.
I was gonna say a screen of any kind is still up there for me. TV, projector, phone, anything I can watch something on.
Yeah.
Especially the smart TVs now. You just press the Amazon button or Netflix button. They're nice. They only last for 2 or 3 years, but
Yeah, but
Yeah.
they're only like $400 now, which sounds like a very asshole-ish thing to say. They're only $400. I can afford a new one every 2 years.
You don't want to, but
You don't want to.
You
if
don't want
it
to,
breaks, what do you do? Not have a TV?
yeah.
We did that for a week, and then we bought a TV that was so big it took up the entire interior of our car, the box, to the point where we had to push the seats all the way forward in the front.
I
and
had to
she had to
drive.
drive because I couldn't move my legs. So that, and then I sat a 12-pack of Sam Adams on top, and it just rattled
It was the
the
worst
entire time. Yeah, it was
40-minute drive of my life.
Yep, it was awful. And that was after we had asked the guy to split the payment up between 2 cards because we were each going to pay for half. And he rings up the first car and goes, whoops. Forgot to do that. I was like, cool, can we reverse it? He's like, it would take like 2 or 3 days, and then you're going to have to pay for the other half if you want to split it still today. So you'll be paying 1.5 times today, but you'll get your money back. I was like,
Nah.
nope. Nope, okay, thanks, guy. And then they're like, we can't bring it out to the curb for you, so
Carry it.
good luck. I'm like, yeah, all right, cool, man.
Wow, full service.
Yep.
Wow.
Good old Target.
But then we went grocery shopping first, so we had to take all the groceries out and then put the TV in and then put the groceries back in. It was awful.
It was
Huge mistake.
Yeah, it was a nightmare.
Poorly planned.
I didn't even plug the TV in for 3 days. It just sat there because it was even too big for the stand. We didn't get a wall stand or anything, and we had nothing that it could fit on. So I had to get a board that goes past the dresser to put the legs on.
Poor planning.
Yeah. Well, that's our favorite gadgets, so let's jump into the episode. Skinny is going to regale us the tale of the last episode.
Well, Skinny's not going to. Rebecca is.
Okay.
Last time, the party set out from the fort the next day and stumbled upon a cave. And we ventured inside. Within the dark caverns, the party finds a yum cake dog and decides to follow it. The pastry puppy leads the party into a few dangerous situations, including some giant flying bugs. On the other side of the caverns, the party looks down upon the archipelago and witnesses a death sentence and public execution. They decide to head quickly away from the executioner and to the closest tavern. They are advised by their new friend Glork to try looking for the envoy at the spire, where the weirdos live. So the party heads to the spire. They find the envoy at the shrine level, and he tells them they need to find the soul collector's menagerie of creatures. So after a night's rest, the party is about to set out to capture an interesting creature that has a mental map of the zoo.
All right. And we'll pick up in the bunkhouse. Super early dawn hours. You guys got a full night's sleep. So, because we had an intermission, or because we're on a new session, recovered back up to 10 HP and recover 5 AP.
I never recovered any AP previously.
I don't know why. Maybe it's because you didn't use any.
I do believe I didn't use any in the
Right
beginning stage.
I never recovered AP either. I went 10, 9, 8, 7.
Well, it sounds like everybody's back up to 10.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah, with
Yeah,
that 5.
on both.
Cool. That's cool. And so everybody also gets to pick an additional ability from their class. Everybody pick?
I changed my mind, but yes, I picked.
Okay. So what ability did each of you take? Why don't we start with Job?
Okay, so I took the next skill in my mannequin's track. It is called Phantom Menace, and it allows me to read the mind of a nearby NPC and produce an illusion that they find extremely irritating, and only myself and the target can see it, but it provokes them and it draws their full attention for 10 minutes, and I can control it.
All right, awesome. Nert, what did you take?
I took the next one in the Wrath tract, and it is Lawbringer. You raise your hands to the sky and summon a spectral hammer into your grip. The hammer is a one-handed weapon that deals 3 damage. It appears to crackle with blue-green lightning and leaves a deep, reverberating sound in its wake. If you roll a triumphant using the hammer, it releases a cracking boom and casts the thunderous word spell on the target. The hammer vanishes in smoke after 1 hour or when it is dismissed.
Awesome.
That'll be handy for taking out that executioner guy.
You're really dead set on that.
I want to kill that guy.
Okay. All right, Skinny. So, speaking of killing, what did you take?
I took the next step in the leadership path. I took plan. If you have time before an attack, you may plan and ambush your enemies, taking the first round. Before action, each player says what they're going to do on their first turn, and then the guide makes that happen simultaneously.
Cool.
That is awesome.
I figured that sounded like it'd come in really handy.
Yeah.
That is a great way to avoid having all of us have to roll top initiatives.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So you guys wake up at the ass crack-ish of dawn in the bunkhouse.
Well, are you two ready to head out?
Oh my god!
Sorry. Were you sleeping still?
I just was coming out of it. You just, as soon as my eyes moved, good morning.
Well, I've just been waiting here for hours.
Well, sorry about the wait, but I would still actually like to just, grab a little bite to eat before we head out. I mean, we do that too.
You do that. We can stop and do that.
Maybe just get an apple on the way out of the
I'm just
inn.
gonna grab
Well,
something.
eat something substantial so you're not hungry again in an hour.
2 apples then.
I'm just gonna grab a piece of bread and a piece of fruit.
All of this is extremely easy to find, so you
yeah.
find what you're looking for.
There's an inn. There's a continental breakfast.
Yeah. As you come down the bunkhouse stairs, like there's a crock pot or a crock of some sort of grayish porridge looking liquid and some assorted fruit hanging around. Nobody's attending to the feast here. It's just serve yourself.
Oh, perfect.
Yep, perfect. Off we go. I'm gonna get it to go.
Likewise, just grab a couple things. Got something in each hand, piece of bread in my mouth.
Yep.
Well, all right then. Did we leave our dogs on the other side of those caves?
They did not make it through the cave, I'm
Oh,
pretty sure.
Gosh, we're in for a long walk.
Swim.
Oh, yes.
There's a lake in between us and our walk.
Well, we could probably walk around the lake. Or there's a
No,
boat.
it's a big
Maybe
lake.
there's a boat around.
Let's go find a boat. Oh shit, I have a boat. Yeah, let's just head to the water.
All right.
Well,
let's
okay.
go.
Walk down to the water. When we get there, I'm gonna use, I believe it's 1 AP to use the boat in the box. And I take this little paper boat out, and I unfold it, and I toss it into the water, and it turns into a 3-person canoe.
Well, that is spectacular.
Perfect.
Nice. The morning is pretty calm, pretty fair weather out. It's a nice morning. It's not like the lake is directly behind the archipelago, so it's a little walk to get there. It's about an hour down to the edge of the lake. And the lake is pretty massive in size. However, it doesn't seem to be that deep at any point. You can, at almost all points, see the bottom of the lake.
It's very nice clear water.
Sometimes that means nothing can grow in it. Maybe
Sometimes.
it's toxic.
Oh no.
Were either of you wearing any leather? Because the envoy said leather attracted the things we were looking for.
No.
Whoops.
No, I also am not wearing leather. And you have plate armor on. Maybe we should have...
I do. Should we go back to
I mean, my bag is made of leather. Where I have most of my things, but my outfit is not.
No, mine is not either. It's linen.
Perhaps the bag is enough? What are your thoughts on this? Are we going back to town? No, okay.
I think we'll just press on.
All right.
Does somebody have a leather bedroll?
No, who sleeps in leather? Also, I don't sleep, so I don't have a bedroll at all. Do you sleep in leather, Job?
I don't think so. I have the same bedrolls that the king gave to you.
Leather
What do you
fur.
did he give you a bedroll though you don't sleep?
No, I did not get one.
Oh.
He's
Is that
very
your
stingy.
choice? Okay,
No,
that's what I thought.
I didn't need one, so I did not get one.
Stingy. Mm-hmm. We could have used that for something, maybe.
You never know.
Well, maybe we'll meet someone or something that we can trade for their leather or make them into leather.
Yeah, I'm not walking back up the hill for leather.
Oh, thank gosh.
Could we even afford full head-to-toe leather armor right now?
I don't think we need that much leather.
Just
It was like an
pants?
afterthought, as far as I could tell. It's just like, this also happened, correlation isn't always causation.
How many bags of shinies do each of you have
I
right
have
now?
2.
I have one.
I have 2.
2, 1, 2. Okay. Everybody roll a d20 for me.
19.
6.
10.
Okay. Skinny, as you're talking, you're kind of gazing over at the edge of the boat, and the water's pretty clear. The bottom is only about 5-6 feet deep at this point. And as you guys are moving across the lake, suddenly this spot where you find yourselves goes like dead calm. There's no more waves. There's, it's just pretty much a glass top. And as you're looking down, you see a peculiar looking piece of coral with a crab on it. Turn and look up at your boat.
Does anybody else see this weird little crab? I don't know a lot about water life, but
What crab?
this little guy looking right at me.
I stop rowing and start looking down.
Look at where I'm pointing.
I'm
Right
looking where
there.
you're pointing. I don't see a crab.
Suddenly, its arm reaches up and grabs the side of your canoe. And
Oh, God.
it
see a crab.
It begins to pull itself. So it's like a big coral being with a crab just like on its face. Begins to pull down the side of your 3-person canoe, trying to get up into it and grab you, Skinny.
Oh, we've made a huge mistake. We should have left. Should have rowed faster.
Seeing it start to grab on, I'm gonna pull out my sword and poke it.
Okay, everybody roll initiative for me.
10.
3.
Now I get a 19.
Okay. Nert, you're up first.
I'm gonna shoot it with the bow, with my sure shot bow, for a 14.
14's a good hit. So you lodge an arrow into this thing, knocking off a bit of its coral body. However, it still continues to climb, and now it grasps at Skinny. And as it extends its one arm, like a large, weird-looking octopus tentacle comes out and is like an extension of its hand. And it grabs you with that and then rakes its claw across your face, doing 2 damage to you, Skinny. Skinny, you're up.
I'm gonna use my wild attack. I attack wildly, disregarding my safety. Oh, but I rolled a 2. So I miss, and all enemies within reach can counterattack.
Oh, cool. Let's see if it counterattacks. A 15 definitely counterattacks. So it reaches up with its other arm also and like digs its corally claw into your back and is now actively trying to drag you solely underwater. You take another 2 HP.
Gentlemen, I need your help.
Oh my.
Joe, it'd be your turn.
I'm going to rush over and again swing at the arm that's grabbing Skinny. 13.
All right, yeah, 13. What are you swinging at it with?
Just my short sword.
Okay.
Just coming over and just kind of chop at it.
Right on. You manage to chop one of its coral arms clean off. However, it still has Skinny wrapped up with its other hand that has the octopus tentacle coming out of it.
Oh.
It's like suction cup to Skinny. And Nerd, it's back to the top of the order.
I'm gonna take another shot with the sure shot bow and try and aim for the joints in its claw that's holding on to Skinny over there. That's a 6.
Ooh, 6 is not great.
It's a tough choice.
It is a tough choice. So your tough choice. You can hit this creature with your bow. However, in doing so, you're going to lose your balance and fall out of the canoe into the water. Or you can miss your shot completely.
I'll fall out of the boat into the water and have a successful shot.
Okay. So you let loose with this arrow, knocking yourself off balance. However, the arrow does lodge into... You're trying to take its other arm off, like at the joint? You said?
I'm trying to shoot into the joint because it's usually softer tissue and on the arm that is
Still.
breaking after.
Right on.
Yeah.
Still attached to Skinny. And you managed to do so, and you hit it perfectly, knocking the joint apart, and this creature falls back into the water, leaving only like the grasping hand still around you with the tentacle, but Skinny, you're able to pull that off pretty easily. But you do fall backwards, off balance, and into the water. So as you fall into the water, Nert, all of a sudden you begin to feel some grasping claws coming at your back. It rolled the same for initiative. You feel like a sea snake begin to wrap its way up around your neck, and you feel a bite right into your collarbone as one of these coral-tipped fingers grabs at your shirt to pull you down quicker. And Skinny.
Skinny's gonna dive into the water after Nert and try to save him.
Just picture like a bunch of floating bones when you jump in the water. Like you've never actually been in. Right on. But no, you really do get to jump in. So, what are you trying to do? Like, drag him out, or...?
He's got tentacles wrapped around him.
He's got a snake wrapped around him, and a coral hand pulling at his shirt.
Okay. Shit, I don't really have a plan here. I'm gonna attack the snake that's wrapped around her and try to, I don't know, just rip at it and try to pull it off of him.
Okay.
I'm gonna use...
It's like a pretty like small diameter snake. It's not.
Oh,
like
it's not
boa.
a.
Yeah, it's not
okay.
like it's not a python or a boa constrictor. It's like a water snake.
Okay. I'm gonna use technique. You're always deadly, even without a weapon. Body attacks now do 2 HP. And... oh, I rolled a 1, so I will spend 2 AP. A failure is upgraded to a success.
Well, that's good. Yeah, so you reach out and you're just trying to rip the snake off, punch it. What do you?
Just rip it in half.
Right on. You managed to do that. You rip this snake in two. However, he's still... Nert is still being dragged down.
I'm gonna
past you.
keep swimming after him.
Okay. Job, what are you doing? Up in the boat, nice and safe. Paddling away.
Can I see? So what can I see of the creature that's dragging Nert down?
What could you see?
Can it see me? Like if it was looking like...
Probably not, because he's like up above it, right? And it's pulling him down, down towards him. So
Okay.
there's probably a barrier between the two of you.
All right. Can I reach out? Are you within? Is he being pulled under, or would I be able to reach him from the boat at this point?
He is being pulled under. So
Okay, so not.
it's not super deep here still. So eventually he's going to stop going down. But I do think reaching down out of a boat is actually extremely difficult. Like there's a lot
Yes.
of space.
I
So
you'd have to be like right there.
yeah.
Especially in a canoe with only one occupant.
Well, then I'm just going to shoot my bow down into the water at what I think is the part that's pulling Nert down.
Okay. Did you take damage, by the way? Did I tell you to take damage?
How much damage was it?
2.
2. Okay.
I got a 4.
Um,
How much more damage do I take?
that's just a straight up failure. You lodge an arrow into your buddy Nert.
Oh.
Right into the meat of the shoulder there. Take 3 HP, Nert.
Ooh, sorry about that, bud.
Or, no, it'd be 2. It'd be 2.
Okay.
It'd be 2. Sorry. Your bow only does 2, right?
Oh, yes. Just a normal.
He's like, my bow does nothing, actually.
All you hear is,
damage.
I
However,
hit something.
however, after you take the arrow to the shoulder, it is your turn.
great. At this point, I am terrified of what's happening, so I am gonna cast Lawbringer and summon that hammer,
Okay.
and I'm gonna hit whatever is grabbing me as hard as I can. For a 10.
10's a tough choice. Okay. On a tough choice, you can hit it. However, it will get the chance to counterattack you, or you can just miss.
I'll take the chance on a counterattack.
Okay. He only rolled a 2, so he completely misses. But you do smash him with this spectral hammer?
Spectral lightning hammer.
Spectral lightning hammer underwater. Gotta be a pretty crazy scene for Skinny to see so close. And the creature stops pulling you down as you smash at it. However, it does lunge up at you from the bottom. And he does hit you again for not for 13 damage, for 2 damage. He plunges like you managed to knock apart one of his arms, but it made like kind of a blade of
Jagged,
coral,
yeah.
and he comes up and jabs you right in the side.
Oy.
Skinny.
Can you explain to me what's exactly going on again?
Yeah. So you're swimming down, following Nert down under the water as he gets pulled down. You just watched him summon a spectral hammer with lightning coming out of it, smash this coral zombie, the same type that was pulling you down, and then you watched him get stabbed, and he's like right down below you. You don't have to breathe, so you could be underwater.
Oh yeah, I'm good.
Indiscriminate amount of time.
If I swim down, can I just grab Nert's hand and try to like start swimming up?
You can try, sure.
I could do like a strength check to
Yeah, just do a d20.
19.
19. Yeah, you managed to grab Nert from whatever position it is, like on his belt loops or some shit, and you pull him back up to the surface of the water, and you guys are like clinging onto the edge of the boat.
Okay, well I'm gonna try to lift him up.
Just row and kick.
And I'm gonna, try and help heave him into the boat.
Okay. Job, roll a d20.
8. Very weak over right?
Can I help?
So it's the boat's rocking and it's kind of hard.
Yeah, why don't you roll to Skinny and we'll see.
Like, I'm in
10.
the boat, but you're not.
Oh, you got a 10? You got an 8? Yeah, that's still really not great. Yeah, by both of you pretty much failing that roll, Skinny, you managed to pull at a time where Job is trying to push or pull, and you managed to toss both of you out of the boat.
So no one's
So
in
now
the boat now.
no one's in the boat.
Oh, I didn't think I was in the boat yet.
You weren't.
Oh, okay.
You didn't get back. You didn't manage to get back in the boat.
Okay.
We're all swimming now.
Everybody's swimming.
Shall we just swim for it? Shall we push the canoe and swim?
Is it my turn?
Yes.
I'm gonna cast shield on myself.
Okay. You can still take an action too. So
Okay, cool. You guys want to kill this crustacean?
Hell yeah.
All right, I'm gonna swim back down and throw my hammer at it,
okay.
like a Thor toss, but underwater.
Make a roll. Let's see it. What'd you
There's
get?
a 3.
Oh no. 3 is just a straight up failure. And it counterattacks. So this coral creature swims up at you one more time with its bladed arm and swings across, taking 2 HP damage off of your shield. And Skinny, it's your turn again. Now that you've dragged Nert back to the boat, and then he decided to immediately swim back down towards the creature, and you knocked Job out of the boat at the same time. What are you doing?
Okay, well, if we decided we're killing this thing, I'm gonna swim down and I'm gonna use my wild attack. But I miss, and all enemies within reach can counterattack.
Counterattacks with a 20.
Oh, okay, cool.
So as it slashes Nert's shield, it comes back, and you swim down, getting his attention, and it stabs this coral blade directly into you. He's going to do 4 damage.
Oh. Okay. Not great.
Okay.
Have we done any damage to this thing?
Yes, you have it.
Okay.
It's very close to time.
Okay.
Somebody just really needs to hit it for once. Joe,
All right.
you're watching all your companions get sliced up underneath this boat.
Seeing this terrifying display of violence, I cast Bedazzle and summon forth 4 glowing magical bolts. And is there just one enemy? Just this
Yes,
one?
there's
claw?
only one.
I send all 4 of these bolts right at it.
All right. Fuck yeah. And they all do
2 HP damage.
okay. You guys, as you're, getting slashed up in the water, see these just 4 bolts of light,
Prismatic bolts.
prismatic bolts, fly through the water past you, piercing this coral zombie 4 times and just decimating its body. And parts and pieces begin to fall to the lake floor. And a quick scan of the area reveals that there are no more trying to grab you.
Well, I'm gonna swim up to the boat and try to shamble in.
Okay.
I'm gonna swim down and see if there's any treasure that this thing was hiding.
I'm going with him.
Okay, you guys hold hands swimming through the water. However, there's nothing under here that was hidden that you guys can see. It was just a couple unfortunately placed coral zombies.
Well, let's get back in that boat somehow.
Yeah, okay. We can swing back up and go back in the boat.
After several attempts and great amount of effort, the 3 of you managed to get back in the boat and back on your way.
Well, that was quite the battle. Does anybody have anything that might heal my bones up?
No.
Would a health dart work?
Yeah. She's still a character, so.
Where would I stab him with it?
Spine?
Right in the bones.
Just in a boat.
As soon as he asks, I'm gonna pull out a dart and just stab for what I think is like in between a joint.
Ow, man, that hurts.
Yes.
Thank you, but damn. What an inconvenient way to give me health. How much does it give?
I'm looking that up right now.
It increases 4 because it matches a health potion, so.
Okay, that's what I thought. I just wanted to double check.
Thank you. That feels much better.
You're welcome. Sorry, there's a slight pinch.
Yeah, a little. It's like giving bone marrow.
A lot of times it's just easier to get it over with.
Yes, I suppose it is.
I'm gonna take the other one and stab myself in the leg with it and go up to 8 health.
Solidarity. I like it.
And now those are gone.
All of them?
I only had 2.
What's everybody's health at now?
6.
8.
10 for you.
10.
You didn't.
That's
You
okay.
never left the boat.
You got a little wet.
Yeah.
You splashed around.
You're a little
bit.
uncomfortable. That's about it. As soon as you guys begin to row your boat again and get on your way, the waves pick back up, leaving that super calm spot and not running into one again. So you make it across to the other side of the lake. Probably took, a solid hour or 2 of rowing to make it across. So it's early morning. Not early morning. It's morning. Bright morning. Morning brightness. Bright time morning.
What a fine morning.
What a fine morning. What a good morning it'll be.
Perfect morning to fish.
It's so bright out here.
Do we
Hopefully we don't have to walk up a hill now.
We're at water level. We have to walk up a hill.
I know.
Gonna row ashore and then pack up the boat and put it back in its little tin. Put it back in my pocket. So now where?
Does that boat always look like a canoe when you take it out?
No.
Next time, let's make it something enclosed.
Or something wider.
It was very shallow. We didn't want to. I thought it would be fast and easy to go right across on a canoe. It was just a lake.
Well, we
think
seem to attract things that don't agree
Yeah,
with us.
it'll be a sloop next time.
So I guess now it's past this mountain range I see in the distance.
Yeah, we have to head west of the mountains. So off we go.
I'm gonna pull out the compass and just asking if this is the right way.
Yeah, you have a compass. Why aren't you telling us where to go?
Well, we're on a lake. I mean, there's mountains. You can see them. They're the only ones that aren't the ones we just came from before.
That is true.
So
Okay.
are we going the right way?
But yeah, the compass says, you're going the right way.
I forgot the talking compass.
Well, I believe we're headed the right direction, so up this hill we shall go, I suppose.
You guys begin to hike into the mountains to the west. And you're just wandering the mountains, I guess, following the compass. But the compass seems to be like wavering a little while you're in the mountains and pointing it in many different directions. Every time you look at it, it's like pointing somewhere else. And it's pretty confusing. But as you guys kind of hike through these passes, eventually a small man begins to make his way towards you, whistling as he hikes through this pass.
Hello, sir.
Oh, hello!
How are you? Where are you off to this fine morning?
I am just making my way through the mountains. Where are you off to this morning?
We are in search of a creature, a chaos creature.
A chaos creature? And what is that?
I don't believe
Hoping
we're
you-
sure.
Hoping you would know.
Well, perhaps it would behoove you to know that if you take the path to the left here, you will run into an area where a lot of travelers have recently encountered some strangeness.
Sir, you're saying left, but you are pointing right, and I am not sure which way you mean.
I apologize. Left is right, right is left. Go down this way that I am pointing.
The right way. That's right.
Sure.
All right.
But that sounds exactly like what we were sent to look for.
It does.
Yes.
Do you have anything leather bound on you?
Only my breeches.
May I buy them off of you?
No.
Literally off of you.
No, I do not think so.
Not even for a bag of shinies. A whole
They are
bag.
my only breeches.
What about 2?
But you could buy new breeches down the street at the Spire.
I do
What
not
if we
want to walk
trade
the
breeches?
mountains without breeches.
We seem about the same size.
We
do
do?
both trades.
He's like 2 feet shorter than you and like much wider.
It's close enough. You want to try mine on?
I do not like this plan. Head to the left, you find what you're looking for.
That's the right again that you're pointing at.
Stop, I don't know. Head to the left.
To me, it's the left.
Head this way that I am pointing.
That's the right.
And it's a no on the pants.
And it's a no on the pants. These are my pants.
Should I use loosen and make his pants fall off?
Yes, Job.
Yes.
I'm not going to.
Oh.
What a good illusion that would be.
Well, I must be on my way.
You must. I think you should get going.
Bye.
Au poivre.
Thank you for your time.
And he whistles as he works his way out, holding very tightly to his
He's
pants.
very concerned about his pants right now. Won't we all get a good chuckle over the pants?
I can't believe he didn't give us the pants.
For 2 bags of shinies, you could have bought a whole store full of pants.
Whole new pants.
We could have just taken his pants, probably. But for another time.
I thought we were.
You guys are now pants thieves. 3 days out of the city, we gotta steal that guy's pants.
We didn't. We thought about it.
I can see the progression from lawful good to chaotic very quickly. It's every day. Your guys' alignment drops. By the end, you're just gonna be murderers.
We're going to try not to be.
To summon pants.
All right, so off we go down the left-right path.
That
Yeah,
one.
I'll follow you.
You guys head down the path that he pointed to?
Mm-hmm.
Right on.
Does it correspond with Job's compass?
The compass
Does not.
is not really being...
It's just...
Yeah, it's acting up right now.
Okay.
I asked it if we're going the right way, and it's like, try again later.
You guys begin down the path, and when you do look at the compass, it is pointing to almost every direction behind you. Just like spinning back and forth behind you.
Maybe we're going the wrong way?
Makes me think that it's not identifying a singular target, but like they're this way.
Mm-hmm.
And that eventually
probably
it'll get down to like this.
Moving.
Yeah.
Maybe it moves really fast. Should we try and set a trap? Put like the leather backpack out in the open?
Yeah, we could do that.
We can plan how
And
we
then
all
we can-
attack at the same time.
Yes, that plan. Well, we want to keep it alive, right?
fine.
Just to clarify.
Let's find a little clearing with some shrubs and trees around it. And, yeah, we'll set a little trap and see if this thing comes.
I'm on board with that.
We seem to be between where he said that the stuff was happening and where your compass says that we're supposed to be headed, so...
There happens to be this nice tree off to the side of the path. We'll leave the bag here and we can go sit beneath the shade of the tree and observe.
Sounds like a great idea.
Then I have the mesmerize ability where I can distract it if anything does come, so it won't run away, like that weird backpack thief earlier.
I am going to use Sigil and use Lure.
Going to set a lure, you say?
Yeah, I'm going to set a lure on your leather backpack. Maybe it'll help attract something to us.
Okay, so you guys are looking for a spot to put the leather bag down?
No, we
Yeah.
found a spot next to the tree.
Okay. And you also did the lure sigil?
Yep.
So you're trying to attract it to the backpack, which is at the sigil too? Like,
I put the sigil on the backpack.
gotcha. Right on. That makes sense. Okay. So you guys do this and you hunker down. Not really sure what to expect. And as you guys are hiding, all three of you begin to hear the sounds of some wind picking up behind you guys. And it begins to whirl and make some pretty loud noises.
Oh my. It was pretty calm this morning. I don't really see where this wind might be coming from.
I would like to look and use size up.
Okay.
Useful insight into the capabilities, strengths, vulnerabilities, or resistances of the creature.
Are you looking for the creature that's causing the wind?
Yes.
Okay. You see on the ground when you do this size up, you look down for some reason, looking for a creature that might be responsible for this. And you see out of the cracks of stone on this mountain, a bubbling of lava begins to erupt from the ground. Not like a volcano sized, it's just a few drops at first, and suddenly it begins to pool up. And you notice that the wind begins to centralize on this pool of lava, and then it suddenly picks up very quickly, shooting this lava up into a spiraling cyclone. And you would know this from your travels. This is a lava puck, and it is pretty much a whirlwind of rock and fire.
Is it a creature or like a weather event?
It is an elemental creature.
So this fits what we're looking to bring back?
No,
No.
not really. It's just these are pretty common,
Okay.
so not a chaos creature. It doesn't head towards the sigil.
Okay. what are some of its strengths and vulnerabilities or resistances?
It is invulnerable to fire. And you know if you stay too close to it, you're going to get caught on fire.
Gentlemen, we need to move away from this lava thing erupting over there. Should we grab the backpack and move somewhere else and try to set up our trap?
Is it coming towards us? I thought it was going the other way.
Oh, it begins to come towards you.
Oh,
it sees
As
us.
soon as you say that, and it recognizes that you notice it, it makes its way towards you.
Yeah, let's grab the bag.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yep.
Make a
And
run for it.
Run away.
Okay, everybody roll to run.
17.
13.
7.
Oof. Everybody but Nert gets a good solid footing as they begin to dash away. Nert, suddenly you feel a very hot, very sharp rock hit you in the... Oh, you also have your shield on still,
Yes.
too. Okay, so... Rebuke. Does that turn a creature away, or...
It turns any incoming attacker away. Not an attack, but the attacker.
Right on, so this is an attack.
Oh, this is an attack?
Yep.
Okay, they're not going to use rebuke.
Okay, so this fiery rock does 3 damage overall, so with your shield that should reduce it by 1.
Yep.
The other 2? Are you guys just going to continue to run away? I mean, Skinny's out of there. Skinny's little chicken legs are taking him as far and fast.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
That's fine. I won't hold it against anybody being left behind.
Yeah,
I'm being sincere about that.
just hustling. Go in the other direction.
Okay, well then, Nerd, I guess you're on your own. Your choice on what to do.
Fun. I'm going to... Well, this thing is moving towards me, correct?
Yes.
I'm just going to keep running.
Okay.
Let me roll.
Yeah, give me another roll.
14.
14. 14's a successful runaway. So you get back up after getting, clobbered with this fiery rock to your back. It burns away some of your robes. Makes a nice big hole in the back.
Yeah.
But eventually you catch up. It's like in a Scooby-Doo movie where everybody else is running and then you manage to run past them really fast down this path. And the lava puck does stop following you guys and just makes its way off into the hills.
Nice smoke trail coming off of
Yeah, exactly.
You okay? What
Run!
happened? Oh, okay. You're smoking a little bit.
Do I still have... there anything back there?
It doesn't look like it's following you anymore.
I think we're good on running. Should we reset this trap here?
Let me look at the compass a little bit. Compass. Are we near any chaos creatures? That's not really what I'm designed for.
What do you mean it's not
Is this
designed?
the mountains where we're supposed to be? You are in the mountains. This is a place beyond the lake. You should be in the right spot. All right, well, the compass thinks that we're at least where we're supposed to be headed.
Well, that's good.
It's good. Well, I mean, the sigil's still working on the peg, so...
All right, I'm going to just put the bag down then and walk away a little bit.
Yeah, let's give that another try.
As you guys set it down, you see a familiar traveler heading back up the path, now towards you guys again, coming from the other direction. Oh, hello there!
Oh, hello, friend. Good to see you again.
Again? I do not believe we have met.
Really?
Yes, I would remember.
My word.
I'm willing to offer you double for your pants.
My pants?
Yes, you just spoke with us.
Yeah, we tried to buy your pants.
Oh, no, I do not believe it was me.
Does this look familiar? And I'm going to do some magic tricks and mesmerize him.
Oh, shit. All right.
So I'm going to start, creating little balls of light in my hand and, juggling them, and then they start to just juggle on their own.
Oh, this does not look familiar at all. Did you do this for someone else?
No, not this. So I think then he's just,
going to...
his attention is just stuck on those.
Right on.
Guys, what if this is the thing and it's being lured to our sigil?
Well, we're about to find out.
That's some good thinking right there.
Is it though?
I don't know.
I don't
mean,
know
he
either.
doesn't remember the pants. Maybe he is the creature.
Can I use...
All the creatures look like this man?
I'm going to use Compel Truth on this thing.
Okay.
Your eyes glow like blue flames as you look into the eyes of a nearby creature and grip their mind. And I rolled a 15. The target is compelled to answer 3 questions truthfully.
Okay.
What are you?
I am a man? A person? I look like you, only shorter, squatter, plumper, handsomer, cuter, better with the ladies, no doubt, and on less fire.
Well, he's just smoking. He's not on fire.
Ah,
Anyone else have?
Oh, well, I'm not going to ask a good question.
I am both mesmerized and dazzled by your wondering, fiery eyes.
Do you have a twin?
Oh, yes,
Well,
I do. His name is Reginald. Do not listen to a word Reginald says. Reginald is a liar.
I'm scared to say anything because it's going to be a question and it's not going to be worth asking with the spell.
Should we ask about the chaos creature?
I was gonna ask to. Yeah. Do you know the location of a chaos creature?
Oh, like the goats?
Yes.
Oh, they are found on the hills here. Behind me. Just do not go to the path down to the... Fuck, did I say it was right or left?
You said left before.
But I pointed right.
Yep.
Do not go down that path, the one you just came from. Don't go back down there again. Very dangerous. Go to the straightforward path or down to the right. Although the higher you are, the more goats there may be.
Well, thank you.
Thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
Is his pants also leather?
No.
Okay.
I'm still offering to buy your pants.
For what reason?
And I turn around.
Oh. Your hiney is showing.
It's a little cold.
I will give you my pants.
Thank you.
And he takes off his pants and hands them to you, and like they do not fit at all.
You said that they're short,
Short
and fat,
and
so
fat.
they probably look like Capri style parachute pants.
Yeah, they look pretty wild.
Well, that's a good look, Nert. And I look at Job and I go like, no, it's not.
It's a little tight on the knees.
Yeah.
So you think if we met your brother, he would have hoodwinked us? Because he sent us down this path.
Oh yeah, he has an issue where all he does is lie. I do not know why.
Well, thank you for this information.
And you don't have this problem?
I mean, he was just magically compelled, unless he's got a resistance to that.
I do not have the same problem as Reginald.
Well, all right then.
Have a great day.
Au revoir.
And he whistles as he walks. Now up the path, I guess, because he was headed the other direction.
You gotta go up the path.
Well, I guess we didn't need to mesmerize him. So, back to the other path, not the one we just came from. Should we go the upper path
Yeah,
or
probably.
the non-upper paths?
Let's go the way he suggested.
The path with the more goats?
Yeah,
Past
more
the more
goats.
goats.
Okay,
We're going to head up the path
Yep.
With the bag.
with the bag.
right on.
Make sure we still got that.
How long does the sigil last?
The bag continues to be leather. Indefinitely.
Sigil. No, it just says the sigil attracts creatures to its location where they will linger for a minute.
Cool. So you guys are headed up this central mountain path, and as it gets kind of to the top of the mountain range, it branches off in several different directions again, just going through like areas of mountain flowers and short shrubbery. You haven't found any chaos goats yet. However, you do in the distance down one of these paths see a large single tower kind of embedded into the middle of the mountain.
Guys, did anyone remember anyone saying anything about a tower in the mountains?
No.
No, definitely not.
Do you see the tower in the distance?
I do see that tower.
Mm-hmm.
Should we go investigate that, or like maybe around there is where the chaos things are?
Well, might as well.
Or do you think we're getting distracted again? I think we should head toward the tower and check it out. Maybe there'll be some more leather in there.
Oh, that would be helpful.
It can't hurt. We're looking for goats.
Maybe there will be goats on the way.
Let's press on towards that tower, through the path that goes through the mountain flowers.
You guys head through the mountain flower pass. It's pretty nice, you know? No dangers, no lava, nothing out of the ordinary. Until you get down to this tower. And it's like just a large circular tower. It's got one wooden door entrance. It's set in the shade at this point of the day. So it's got a dark, kind of ominous presence to it. However, there's no one posted outside. You know, there's no guards or anything anywhere.
Are there any windows at the level in which we can see? Or other ones higher up that we can't see through?
There are other ones higher up. That would be on a second floor.
I'm gonna knock on the door.
There is no answer. Nobody comes to answer the door.
Should we just go in, or maybe we could stack on top of each other and try to see in that window?
I think that's a good choice if we can't get through the door. I'm gonna try the door handle.
The door is open.
Oh, okay. Whew. That's good.
Well, that's easier.
Although it probably wouldn't have been too hard to have you stand on one of our shoulders, but the other way, I'd be a little nervous.
Oh yeah, I could not be on the bottom of that pyramid.
You go in, I presume.
Cautiously.
Cautiously.
Stealthily, sneakily. As you creak the door open, you're met with about a hallway that's about 20 feet long that opens up into a large chamber beyond that looks well lit by the sunlight probably coming in through the windows. And there are several suits of armor just stacked up against the walls through this hallway. Carpeted floor, pretty nice. It's like you don't see any visible cobwebs or anything. It looks like somebody does probably reside here.
All right. I'm going to go up to one of the suits of armor and open the little visor thing and see if anyone's in there.
Okay. Roll for initiative.
12.
5.
4.
Whoops.
I've made a huge mistake.
Been nice knowing you guys.
Yeah,
I'm dead in the second assault.
yeah, we're definitely fighting like Death Knights or whatever.
We can leave this tower.
Back out. There's probably something really cool in here, though.
I have 5
And it's
AP
about
left.
to kill us.
I
Yeah,
can
I
use
have
that
6.
bedazzle spell one more time.
I have 2 AP left. I can run. Actually, that only keeps me from being able to use Lawbringer. So.
Okay. So, as you open up its visor, this suit of armor immediately lunges forward, swiping its sword at your side. You're able to dodge backwards. However, after that one steps down from its pedestal and engages you, 2 others also leave the wall and begin to converge on the 3 of you.
Oh, darn it, guys. I made a mistake.
Quick count.
There are 3 of them.
In total? No, I meant how many suits of armor in total?
5.
Okay.
5 in this hallway. Only 3 are moving. Skinny, you're up.
I'm gonna pull out my bastard sword, and I'm gonna wild attack
Okay.
for a 13, which does double damage. So 4.
Nice. Okay. And are you swinging? Which one are you swinging on? One that tried to attack Joe already, or one that's just making its way towards you?
One that tried to attack Job.
You connect pretty heavily with your bastard sword, clanging this armor about and knocking off several of its pieces. You can see, through it, somehow there's nothing, there's no body or anything inside. It's just a suit that's animated itself and is moving, so there's, no organs or anything. But you did rattle a good amount of it away when you clashed with it. And from behind you, you feel the rush of air as one of their halberds comes swinging down past your head, just managing to miss you. It did roll a 2. You get to counterattack.
I do get to counterattack, yes. So I will attack it with my bastard sword for another 13, so that's double damage.
All right. Does wild attack continue to
Wait,
go?
can I keep using it? Maybe I can't use it because I'm using counterattack, so I couldn't really use both.
Yeah, probably not.
Okay. Well, I rolled a 13 anyway.
Okay. Awesome. Nert, you're up next.
Oh, next. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. I'm going to draw my sword, use Fiery Avenger on it, and run and strike one of the other suits of armor, preferably one that is behind Job. 15.
15 hits. So that's 3.
Yeah,
Okay. So you're attacking the only one that didn't receive an attack.
I believe so.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Doing 3 damage to it. Nice. So the one you just attacked tries to attack you back, swinging a large battle axe. However, cleaving it right over your head and skimming some hairs, but missing entirely.
Awesome.
Job.
Seeing this commotion, I'm going to shoot a scintillate up into one of the ones that had several parts of its armor knocked off and have it explode from the inside.
Nice. Fuck yeah, that takes out the original suit of armor that attacked you and that skinny head attack. All of its parts just clanged to the floor. And another one steps out from the wall and begins to converge on you guys. And that one died, so Skinny, back to you.
Did you finish looking up wild attack? Is it once per encounter, or can I keep using it?
You can keep using it.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna wild attack for sure. For a 20, 4 times the damage.
4 times the damage. And which one are you attacking?
Whatever one would be next after the first one that I attacked exploded. Like if I turn around and...
Probably the second one that you would counterattack. Yeah, with quadruple damage, you smash that suit of armor to absolute pieces. And the last one steps off its pedestal and begins to move its way towards you guys. And it'd be his turn. These dice suck. So he comes to attack you, and he only rolls a 2.
Okay. Well, then I get to counterattack. But I only rolled a 4.
Okay, so you don't
So I don't do anything.
All right, Nert.
I'm going to strike the one in front of me again with the sword. For a 5.
5, not great, huh?
No. Which also means that Fiery Avenger
Gets dispelled.
Yep. So swing and a miss, and the flames go out.
That one you just attacks you back. However, it kind of trips over its own feet. It does do 1 damage to you, but it also falls on the ground and is clamoring to get back up. Job, what do you got? What do you got going on?
I'm going to fire another scintillate at the next suit of armor.
Okay.
14.
Yeah, fuck yeah. 14 does good damage. And how much does it do?
2.
2? Cool. There are still 3 suits of armor. 2 of them are pretty fresh. One of them's been hit. And one of the fresh ones does come forward, Job, at you. And with his halberd, he like stabs it forward, lunging it into your leg. And you're going to take 2 HP damage.
Ah! My leg.
And Skinny, it's back to you.
Okay, I'm just going to attack the next one, of course with my bastard sword. I'm going to wild attack again. Why not? For a 16, which does double damage.
Okay. Doing double damage, you smash another one of these right to pieces, and it falls. You guys are now like surrounded by pieces of armor everywhere, so there are 2 left. 2 left, and they've both been hit, so I think, no?
Did I kill that one?
You did kill that
Awesome.
one. Yeah, you shattered it to pieces, so there are 2 left, and it is Nert's turn.
You said the one that I'm attacking is down next to me?
Yes.
I'm just going to take my sword and drive it straight down. For another 5.
No. What's your health at?
5.
Okay, cool. You won't die then.
Great.
You stab it down, digging your blade like into the floor. For some reason, you like manage to get it into a crack between 2 blocks, wedging it, and the one that's on the ground drags you down and like kind of stabs you onto a dagger that it had on the floor. It rolled a triumph, so it's going to do double damage. So you're going to take 4 HP damage, and you are on the floor with this thing.
That's
And-
awesome.
Yeah, real great. Joe.
I'm going to run over to the one that just pulled Nert down and swing my short sword onto it for a 19.
19, super good hit. So yeah, when you attack this one, after it's already taken some damage, you stab down into it, and it's a pretty weird feeling when you stab like into a metal thing with no guts. That once you stab into it, the armor just like falls limply to the ground, leaving just one more of these empty suits of armor. And he rolled a 9 to attack Skinny.
Great. I am going to counterattack. Oh, I didn't need to roll. If you rolled a 10 or worse on a basic attack against me, I parry and take no damage.
Okay.
So I don't have to roll for a counterattack.
Cool.
But it's my turn.
It is now your turn.
Alright, well then I'm going to turn around and wild attack it. 8 double damage, but the enemy counterattacks.
Double damage, so 4. Okay. And did you attack this one before? No, you shattered the last one.
I shattered the last one.
And that's a 14 to hit. So you mash apart a bunch of him, where he still has his one good arm, clenching his short sword, and he brings it across wildly as you wildly attack him, and he slashes you down across your armor and bones, doing 2 HP.
Sound like a
damage.
xylophone.
Yes. And
How
you
much?
take 2 HP damage.
Okay.
And it's back to Nerd's turn.
There's one left.
Yes.
I am gonna use shield on myself, and if I can use another action, I'm gonna shoot it with the bow.
Let's see it.
14.
14 hits. All right. Yeah, you send an arrow into this empty suit, and what's left of its armored body
Falls
just
apart.
collapses. Now you guys are you have 5 full suits of armor spread across this floor.
Well, that was unexpected, guys. I'm sorry. I gotta stop walking up to things like that.
Well, do you need some armor?
I mean, you can see if a couple of these pieces fit.
I mean, if you hadn't have been so rude, we could have asked them if they knew where the menagerie was.
I mean, to be fair, they just started attacking me. I just went over and, saw if anyone was home. I could have asked first, though.
That's just all I saw was him walking up and, like, the equivalent of just opening somebody's eyes while they're sleeping.
Well, we're in here. You want to just keep pressing on and seeing what's in this tower? Because now I'm curious.
Oh, yeah, I mean, definitely going to press on.
Yeah.
Let me just look around this room first real quick. Is there anything that looks like you can heal our friend over here? I don't see any chests that are...
Can I cobble a full set of armor together with these things?
I mean, you could. It's not going to do anything for you other than aesthetically.
Oh. I'm trying to add anything to my AP or my HP.
Yeah, me too.
What are you guys at?
4.
1.
Oof.
Ooh.
8.
Okay. So there's only one room that you can get to off of this one, and that's the room past this foyer entrance. That's pretty much takes up what you would assume is the whole rest of the tower, or at least this floor of the tower.
I'm gonna let them go first.
I go first. I walk into the room. Does this one have windows in it? Can I see that lit enough in here that I can see things?
Yeah, it's lit inside here. The sun's reflecting however it does through the windows, and it's pretty lit up in here, lit up enough to see that there's like a central chair kind of against one wall, and there's like a few bones, like clean bones, laying at the bottom of this chair, and one more suit of armor that's like slumped over in this chair. It's actually sitting in it pretty lazily, and there is a chest next to that as well.
Oh. Hey, Skinny, is this a friend of yours?
Oh, I don't know every bone person that is out there. That is an unfair assumption.
Sorry.
It's
That's
okay.
kind of rude.
It is, but it's okay. You don't know. Now you know. The more you know. But maybe we should plan an attack.
Maybe. Do we think that that's, another suit of armor we should attack? We did just get attacked by 5 suits of armor. There's one there.
I think we should plan on it being, what's the word?
Hostile?
Hostile, yeah. But if it's not, that'd be cool.
Do you think the bones are going to spring to life too and become another adversary?
Perhaps, but I don't see them being a real bother.
Let's plan for all.
Mm-hmm.
Anything that looks like a pile of bones or a suit of armor or a gargoyle. Let's just assume it's going to come alive and try and kill us.
So should we just all take ranged attacks at the suit of armor?
I have 1. Yes.
Well, I don't really... I guess I could throw my dagger at it. That's our plan? We all know what we're doing?
You have planning, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how much AP it is. I didn't write that down.
Something would be better than
-3.
3 AP. Okay, that's fine.
us trying to shoot and you do a charge in.
Yeah, I could charge in with my bastard sword.
I think that if we were if all the attacks go at the same time, I don't know if you want to be charging in when we're both going to be
I see what
shooting.
you're saying. Yeah. Well,
I mean,
yeah.
we could schedule it out so that those go by,
Ours go at the same time,
and
then
she's right
shoot.
behind, or Skinny's right behind. You could do that.
Yeah.
He's almost there before we let loose. Is that what you're talking about?
I'm
I
talking about
can
we
just...
shooting first, and then Skinny runs in after, so that Skinny doesn't get in the way of our arrows.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, I'll be right behind the arrows.
Okay. I wasn't sure if you were trying to shoot over his shoulders or not.
Trying to avoid any situations in which Skinny being in between where the arrows are coming from and their target causes chaos.
That's a fair
Thank
point.
you.
That's a
Thank
fair
you for
point.
worrying about that. Well, we ready?
Yes.
Yeah. Gonna
All right.
knock an arrow and
Yeah. Roll to your
Do we still have to
roll
roll?
to attack.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. 11.
16.
Are you gonna wild attack or are you just regular?
Just regular attack, thanks. I rolled a 1. I don't have anything that helps me reroll a 1. Fuck.
Okay. Well, that is what it is. So, the three of you make your plan and set out to execute it. The first part of the plan goes flawless. You both manage to hit this suit of armor with 2 arrows, doing some good damage. But
Skinny runs in and forgets about the skeleton bones on the floor and slips and shatters into a bunch of bone pieces.
Okay, sure. With the 1, we could let that happen. So you scatter yourself all around this room. You're going to take 2 points of damage as you slip. And your whole next turn has to be spent getting your bones back together.
Okay.
However, this time when this suit of armor receives these 2 arrows, you can audibly hear something different. It's like squishy. And as you run up and shatter yourself, this thing kind of limply moves its body up and stands up immediately, holding like a very large sword. And as it walks around, you can see little pieces of like pink gloop making its way out of the crevices in this armor. And it makes its way across towards the 2 of you because Skinny's just bones. So everybody roll initiative.
Me too, or do I just automatically go last?
You're going to go last.
Okay.
10.
10. 18.
220.
Nice. So this thing moves over to the 2 of you. It's not as smooth as the armor that you saw in the hallway, but it just unleashes a sweeping slash across towards the 2 of you. And Job, it's going to hit you for an 18. So it only does 2 damage, but you do get like clobbered by this giant sword, which cuts a deep gash into your arm and into your side.
Glad it didn't hit Nerd.
Now it's up to you two. Up to you two on who wants to go first, because you rolled the same.
My plan is to hang back and launch arrows.
All right, why don't you go first?
All right. I'm going to drop back a few feet, so I'm with the outside of its melee attack range, and... Oh, good. That's a 19.
19, that's a good solid hit.
Yeah.
So you land another one in, and it sends like some of this pink goo sprawling out of the opposite side as the arrow comes in, and you watch it crawl back towards the suit and like reassemble itself inside.
Oh, I don't like that.
And Joe, it is your turn.
I'm going to cast Bedazzle and summon the 4 prismatic bolts and have them all come in and hit this big suit of armor, but like in the shoulders, like try and hit it and see if I can get the arms to fall off.
Nice. And that does 2 each, right?
Yes,
So a total of 8.
correct.
When you do this, you knock apart its suit of armor, and inside you see like a horrifying mass of bones and different levels of people and creatures decaying inside, and like metal that is rusting away. And in front of you is just a blood jelly that had taken the form of a suit of armor. And as you knock the armor away, it like just compresses or collapses into a puddle before reforming itself into a more cube-like creature. And it begins to like slime its way towards you.
The second part of Bedazzle says that if all 4 hit a single creature, the creature is affected by the Mesmerize ability.
No shit. Okay, so it does not crawl towards you. It's just, what is it?
It's just like stunned, just like, whoa.
You've blown this little blood jelly's mind somehow. It got distracted by whatever, and it is not moving towards you guys. Skinny, your whole turn is spent collecting your bones.
Yeah, everybody starts to notice my little bones are rolling back in towards the center.
It's like in Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Yes.
When the skeletons attack and you don't like kick the head or destroy it, everything just kind of starts moving back towards that. Okay.
So please don't step on my bones.
Try not to.
So Mesmerize lasts for 10 minutes, right?
I think so. Well, actually, I feel like Mesmerize lasts until I leave.
Would we consider it a good idea to just get the hell out of here?
We're so close.
Until you leave the area, the creature cannot move, take actions, or respond to conversation. The spell ends if the creature is harmed.
Okay. So it's just sitting here.
So let's look around and see if we can open that chest.
Okay.
Just don't, hurt this thing. The spell will end if you hurt it.
Can I hear things? Right?
Yeah,
okay.
of course.
Okay.
You like put yourself back together at this point.
Oh, well, that didn't go as I'd planned, but what's in that treasure chest?
I don't know. Let's go take a look and make my way over towards it.
Okay. You can put your hands on it. It's unlocked. It's not trapped. And inside the chest, you find 6 bags of shinies
Nice.
and a broken but ornate sword blade. It's curvy. It looks very sharp, but it has no hilt. It looks like it was broken in half.
Hey, we got some shinies, guys.
Nice.
2 apiece.
Well, thank you. I didn't really help with that battle, but I will take 2.
Wasn't really sure you were gonna make it out of that.
Well, I was very close to not making it out of that. My bones will just roll back together. That's fine, but I am not feeling so well.
You just turned into a pile of bones.
Oh, that happens sometimes. It can be handy.
Okay.
That's why I wasn't in the jail cell like you gentlemen, because I could just roll away from there.
Well, that is a neat trick.
It is a neat trick. Can I look around the room to see if the hilt is in here?
Sure.
Do you want me to roll?
Go for it.
18.
You do not find the hilt anywhere in the room.
Oh. Okay.
Well, we got 2 bags of shinies each and whatever the story is behind this thing.
Sounds good. That seems like something you should hold on to, Skinny.
Sure.
You can't cut yourself on it.
That's true. I'm gonna put it in my ribs like it's a sheath. Like my ribs are the sheath.
That's wild, but okay.
I can roll away from my own bones, so like it's not that much of a stretch, right?
Bone a little bit. There we go.
Cool.
You guys both don't look so good, though.
No.
No, I'm even considering trying this thing you sleep that you do. Perhaps that could help.
It is restorative sometimes.
Well, I might try that. Is there a bed in here? Should I just sleep here?
I mean, this is a nice solid structure would protect us from being snuck up upon, unless there's more things inside of here that we didn't eliminate yet. But it seems relatively safe as opposed to being out in the open.
Is it daytime still? Probably, right?
Yes,
It's a long
yep.
day. Well, unless you think that these goats are not going to harm us in any way, in which case I would be willing to go on.
I mean, I can also mesmerize the goats, but I don't know if we can, actually, I can't. No, I can mesmerize the goats.
Goats are notorious for headbutting things.
Well,
I don't
that
know
would-
how we're going to get it back with us to the town, unless we can help it in some way and gain its trust. But when people need help, they usually need us to fight something. Or several somethings. All for their cat.
all for this cat. That I don't know why it's in this special zoo. It was just a cat. So what's the plan now?
I don't think we're gonna find any goats in here.
Well, no, that's true. Have we inspected everything we might be able to take from here?
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right then.
Then let's
Out
head
we go. Get some nice sun healing.
Yeah.
See if we can find us a goat.
And how much? What are you at?
2.
You're at 1. And you're at...
6.
Oh, you're doing fine.
We got this.
Yeah. Okay. You guys leave the tower and go forth with the bag plan again.
Yep.
While we're walking, I'm gonna pick up any flowers, clovers, stuff like that.
Okay. What you doing with that?
I'm gonna try and feed a goat.
Nice. Nice.
So close to the edge that he's just grabbing things now, and he's just like, God, I need these flowers.
Oh man,
This
it's gonna look like
clover.
I'm picking flowers and holding them.
The crystals have healing power.
That is a nice bouquet you have going on there, Nert.
Thank you.
It's lovely.
Keep looking for goats.
Looking for goats. Do you set your bag down with the lure sigil on it again like you did before?
I
Or-
think that is a good idea. We could all take a moment to sit down.
Yes.
Good idea.
So we find another nice spot to sit. We throw the bag off a little bit, 20 feet away from us or so.
Yeah, you huck it down at trail off a little ways, and you hide yourselves. It's more like the three of you are kind of leaning against the same tree, just like sitting there. It takes some time into dusk before suddenly you see the bag nudge a little one way, and then again, and then suddenly it begins to get dragged off of the path and away from where you left it.
I start tapping the two of them. Shh, guys. And I point at the bag.
What do we do? Should we follow it? Slowly?
I think we should follow it.
I think I'm going to follow behind so I don't scare it.
Okay. So then we head over and follow where it's being dragged.
As the three of you are making your way towards the bag, stealthily, I'm sure, stealthily, sneakily, and quietly, Nert on your pocket, where you're keeping your flowers and clover, you feel a nudge, and then a tug at your pocket, then another tug, and then suddenly you hear fabric rip as your pocket that you're keeping this stuff on gets ripped clean off your robes.
I'm gonna try and reach back and almost try and pet, assume that it's a goat and just an invisible goat and try and pet it.
Your hand bumps horns, and you're like, fuck, that's a goat.
Try and reach behind and scratch behind the horns and the ears and see.
Right on. So you reach back, and your hand bumps into some horns behind you. You can feel them as you grope around. You feel the very unmistakable feel of goat head.
I am going to try and scratch the neck behind the ears and the horns and kind of kneel down a little bit, putting a little bit of, try and kneel down a little bit, putting a little bit of trust into that the goat's not going to ram me over.
It doesn't immediately ram you. You can feel its mouth chewing the hole in the fabric and the goat treats that you had in your pocket.
I'm going to scratch the goat behind his beard and try and grab some more of anything with my other hand to feed this thing.
Okay. Make a roll.
What is with the fives today?
Another 5?
Yeah.
As you're kind of reaching around looking for some more foliage to grab, your hand leaves its head momentarily, and suddenly you feel pushing past you. You get trampled and pushed down to the ground, and you feel hooves stomping over you and headed up the path towards Job. Would be at the front, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Running up the path towards Job.
Joe, watch out!
Okay. Then I just jump watch out for what?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And he gets leveled by a goat.
I attempt to jump out of the way, but I don't know which way because I can't see what's coming.
Yeah, so you jump the wrong direction. You zig when you should have zagged. And suddenly you're going ass over tea kettle as you land face down into the dirt here.
Oh, what was that? We find these invisible chaos beasts?
Yep. They're goats.
They're goats. All right.
Well, then.
Can we see the bag?
Yeah, up ahead. Up ahead, you now see the bag is levitating off the ground, and it seems like it's getting pulled in 2 different directions at once. And then you begin to hear a ripping noise as you watch some of the seams begin to bust on the bag.
Oh.
Oh no!
You take
Oh,
Sorry
some of
about
my
your
stuff
bag.
is starting to fall out.
Should we maybe plan and we could all just dive bomb this goat and try to tie it up? I'm not trying to kill it. We need it alive, I imagine.
I think the plan is a great idea. Do we have rope, or are we just tackling these things to the ground and hoping that we can hold on to them?
Well, I have a handy haversack. I wonder if the blocks could turn into rope.
They can at least turn into leashes.
Maybe a collar and a leash.
I would say there are several blocks in here. I think they could each form into a length of rope. Not a very long length of rope.
Okay.
5 feet.
3 feet per.
feet.
I'll give you, if you can transform all of them, you could have 5 3-foot long sections.
So 15 feet. Well, I guess we could make it a lasso? I'm trying to. Anybody good at lassoing?
We just run up and tie them while they're fighting over the bag.
Okay, sounds good to me. So I'll turn the blocks into a big long rope.
You have to hold them between your hand and rub them together like you're coiling up.
Yeah, like it's
Play-Doh.
Play-Doh.
Like it's Play-Doh.
Yeah. So I take a little while to make these little ropes out of these blocks that smush into rope shape.
Yeah, and while you're doing that, the bag's just like getting destroyed.
Well, I run up and try and pull my bag in a third direction.
All right. So now the two of you see Job just like pulling at this bag and getting like, it's like playing tug of war with nothing. You guys don't see the other creatures that are dragging him around.
Okay. No, do you want to run with me and try to tackle one of these goats?
Yep, let's do that.
we'll
One
do
on the
that.
right?
Yep. Sounds good.
Okay, the two of you both make a d20 roll.
You want to tackle and I'll tie? You did bad, didn't you? Okay, never mind.
I got a 7.
I got a 20.
You got a 20?
I got a 20.
You save it enough for the both of you.
Does it offset?
on a
Okay.
on a triumph.
He tackles and ties.
He tackles and ties.
Yeah, we still tackle. You just did it very
I
ungracefully.
just didn't help. I was
Skinny
like,
gets knocked to the side. He like runs up and the goat's butt swings around at the wrong time and like knocks his feet completely out from underneath him. But because he got there a step or two before Nert, you got to see like kind of guesstimate where the body is, and you tackle. And Job, give me a strength or give me a d20 roll.
Yes, that would be a 4.
On a 4, you lose the good fight over your bag as it gets ripped out of your hand, and the goat begins to run away in the opposite direction with it.
Hey, that's my purse! Go get back here with my bag! Oh no! Was all my stuff in my bag, you think?
No, I
mean,
don't
the
think
compass
so.
was-
What do you have? No, I wouldn't.
My bedroll was.
Yeah, your general provisions like any food, your bedroll, anything of normal.
But not my,
normal-
sword.
No, not your sword. I mean, unless you want your sword to have been stolen.
No. Nothing. I took all the valuables out before we
Okay.
made it a trap.
that was a
Good.
good idea.
Probably a good idea.
Good idea. Okay, and you guys have now secured an invisible goat, and as it's secured, it begins to blink like in and out. It becomes visible, and then goes back invisible. But it lets out the worst sounding goat noise of all times while it's tied up. It's just shrieking at the top of its goat lungs.
Does anyone have anything to like make this sleep or just anything?
I do not. I can make it distracted, but I think once we try and lead it somewhere with the lead, it will be no longer distracted. I am also out of AP. I'm pretty
Well,
sure.
that's true.
Should we try and feed it?
Sure, if you got something to feed it.
Let's gather some more.
You want to pick more flowers?
Yep, let's
All
pick
right.
more flowers and feed the goat.
We'll pick some flowers.
Pick more flowers.
We're just consistently feeding the goat all the way back.
All the way back.
It's the only way I know to deal with a goat.
Are you leading it or dragging it? What do you...
I mean, I'm going to try and lead it. I shouldn't have to drag it. I mean, I'm
That's
trying
right.
to make
Okay.
like
In my mind, for some reason, you had it hogtied and were just dragging it behind you.
No, we just put a simple
like a
lead
leash.
on it. Once it's up and moving, it should calm down and
Follow us.
move freely.
It's more like Gollum when he's on a leash, like just like you crying anytime you don't put Clover in its facial hole. That's called a mouth.
Jesus.
Sounds like Job and I are just going to be picking as much clover as we can on the way back.
Yeah.
As you make your way, leading this thing back out of the mountains and kind of to the plains that lead to the lake or the flat spot, coming across from the east, you guys notice that there's a large snail sliding quickly at a pretty quick pace across the land here, just like kind of mashing over any foliage that's in its way. And there's a person on its back riding it towards you guys, not directly, though it doesn't seem like they've seen you or heard your goat at this point.
Lucky them. Well, hello.
Hello.
Hi. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Fine. This is a fine animal you are riding.
Yes, it is. This is a snail.
Yes, but it's so large.
It is of ginormous size.
Wow.
Yes.
It also seems very fast for a snail.
Any good trader needs a fast-moving snail.
A trader?
You're a trader, you say?
Yes, with the D. Important difference, not with the T. Not with the second T. There's still a T.
What is it that you trade?
Goods.
Ooh.
Well,
Thing, you know, the stuff people normally trade.
well, what kind of stuff specifically?
I've got a lot of good stuff. And she, like, kicks this bedroll on the side of the snail, and it, like, unravels. And there's several different things tied to this piece of fabric.
And what are those things?
Do we have anything that does healing? You guys are still both very...
Yes, I would love some healing.
Yes. Healing, travel, goat food.
Go. Oh, I have
things.
I have some things. I have some things.
All
That
things
might
would
be-
helpful.
I don't have anything in the way of healing. I have some goat things.
Oh, some goat things.
I have
really?
2 things that would help with goat. Yeah.
The goat
A
whistle
sedative in a cart.
that brings all the goats to you. And the goat harness, which lets you harness the goats. Like a dog sled.
That floats.
It's like one of those fan boats.
Yeah, I have 2 things that could help with goats depending on what you're trying to do with them. I have some universal catnip that helps attract animals and stuff. And I have this shepherd's hook.
Okay.
And this is magical. It should really help with goats. I mean, shepherds carry goat or do goat stuff all the time, right?
We will take both of those. What are you charging for these things?
Well, you're just in luck. Both of them are only 2 bags of shinies.
Only 2 bags, huh?
I mean, I've got some other good stuff too,
Okay.
depending on how much money you have.
Like what?
Well, I got stuff for attacking things. I got stuff for distracting things, and I got stuff for. Well, I don't even know what that is. And she points to a mysterious sword hilt tied to the bottom of the fabric.
Well then, what are you charging for that hilt there?
It looks pretty rare. If you notice that the hilt is got some very ornate looking chickens on it, which I believe is very rare. So that is 3 bags of shinies for that.
Well then.
Well, I will buy the hook for 2 bags of shinies.
Okay. The shepherd's staff, yeah. Go ahead and undo it, do it there, and just toss the money on up here.
Okay.
It's not a play.
I toss the money up.
Thank you. I just climbing up and down is not my favorite thing to do.
It is a large, gargantuan snail.
Yeah, it's very difficult for someone of my size, which is not gargantuan.
You should make yourself a rope ladder.
I've been up and down it so many times today.
Well, alright. I'm just saying. I'm gonna take that hilt.
Just gonna take it.
Well, I will pay you for it. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to imply I would just take it.
Well, that's good. I would hate to have to attack you with my snail.
No, ma'am. I am much more polite and civil than that. So here's your 3 bags of shinies.
All right, great. And you toss them up, and she catches them. Go ahead and undo that there. I don't know if you're interested in anything else. I have a couple Brells things. I got the Bountiful Banquet. I've got tea time if you guys are stranded and need to have a tea party. I got a bag of cats. I got a repeater.
Well, that bag of cats. Could we buy that bag of cats and just pick one and give it to the king? It could save us a lot of time.
I will say one thing about the bag of cats. There is a lot of cats in that bag, and opening it
Not as easy as
Open it's easy, but not letting all the cats out at once is not an easy task. They were hard to get. There's a lot more cats than you would think are in that bag.
Well, then I will take that bag of catnip. For one, Johnny?
The catnip is 2.
Oh, I will not take any more things. Thank you. Nert, do you want to get anything? Or? I think the catnip might be handy. I'd give you a...
What does your shepherd's hook do?
So for 3 AP, it will make all animals in the area follow me. And for 1, it'll put them to sleep until I leave the scene.
Well,
then, I don't know if we'll need the catnip.
what does the catnip do?
It attracts all animals in the area, and they like rub up against it and treat it as catnip. It's a universal catnip.
Okay. I don't need it. I want it, but I don't need it. I think it'd be handy. We are trying to find a cat, but if we got the shepherd's hook.
Yeah, that should help with goat problems.
We do already have the goats.
I mean, of course I want the repeater, but I already have a bow. I mean, it does do twice the damage,
Yeah,
but...
it does. You guys don't want to spend any other money?
Not right now.
Well, okay then. Look for my snail trail.
Oh, gosh.
Be sure to look for my snail trail anytime you need to trade some money for some stuff.
Will do. Thank you very much.
All right, bye. And she snails away.
That staff was a
Snails
good
away.
purchase.
Yeah, we can try and go back and get all of the sheep. I don't know if that will benefit us at all. I also don't have 3 AP.
Goats?
Goats, yes. All of the goats.
Oh. Well, I don't know if we need all of the goats.
How much AP do you have?
I have enough.
Okay.
Do you want to go back and get all the goats and...
I mean, we could. I don't know if it would benefit us.
It would be really funny.
It's of no benefit, I don't think, but it does sound kind of fun to go to the spire with a lot of goats.
All invisible goats.
Oh, yes.
I like this idea.
Give me that staff.
Yeah, take
Could
it.
you hand this to me? All right,
Let's
I'm going to
go.
use this.
You guys lead your goat back up the hill. Now it's shrieking again. And you activate it, Skinny?
Yeah. And all the goats will follow us down the hill.
Not just the goats, but the women and children too. Suddenly, when you activate this, the goat that's following you finally stops bleeding and belting its heart out, and you begin to feel yourself getting bumped into,
Well, hold there. Whoa.
and like you get hit from kind of all directions, and then all of a sudden you start seeing squirrels make their ways out of bushes, and some chipmunks, and some field mice, and then a deer, and all of a sudden every creature in the area is making its way over to you.
Well, this plan is going differently than I had expected.
Are there things
Still
large
going
enough?
well.
Are there things large enough for us to ride? I mean, I'm pretty sure Skinny could actually just ride on a goat.
I mean, Skinny could ride anything.
I could ride anything, yeah.
like a bear?
No, you don't. You don't want a bear.
A moose?
To come. No, it's nothing bigger than a deer.
Can I ride a deer?
No, I don't think so. You're a normal person, aren't you?
Yeah, but they're big.
No, no deer riding.
All right.
Well, let's take this menagerie down to the city, which sounds like a good place for all these animals.
Maybe we can sell some of them for meat in the market.
Oh, that sounds so mean.
Well, lead on, Skinny.
All right.
Okay. You guys march back down to the edge of the lake with just a host of animals behind you. They are going 2 by 2, which is super convenient.
Is it?
Perfect.
If you have an ark, sure.
We're going to need a
What
bigger
is
boat.
the largest I can make this boat?
A sloop, so it's probably not. I mean, it'll be a squeeze. I don't know.
I mean, all the animals don't have to come on. We'll just get the ones on we need. The others, if they want to keep following,
We'll drown.
they'll find a
How many
way.
can swim?
I'm sure they can all swim.
We'll just boat around the edge of the lake.
Or maybe they'll just run around the lake and eventually they'll be back.
Yeah, or they'll forget about us if we row fast enough.
Can we make a raft? Put all the animals on, tow it behind the boat.
I don't know. Oh,
I don't know if that's going to benefit us.
this is going to take a long time. Let's just go. Maybe if we paddle
right,
fast
let's-
enough, some of the
we'll
animals
just-
will fall back.
We'll just
and
take all the goats.
You guys managed to get 4 of the larger creatures and like an infinite number of squirrels and mice onto your sloop.
Where did they go when he
Wait,
turns
you
this
mean-
thing small again?
Do the goats count as big creatures?
Yes.
Oh, hope we could fit like 30 of them.
No, I mean they're mountain goat size, so they're pretty big.
Yeah, I'm gonna cram them right. Tie a couple to the side.
like buoys.
Bleeding the whole way. Alright, let's get these across. So yeah, we'll load the goats and all the squirrels and mice and cast off and sail east
Okay.
across the water.
It's a nice quick sail. You guys get back to the archipelago. It's nighttime now, and you guys make it back leading these most of the time invisible goats and like a herd of other animals, small animals, along with
Alright.
you. I guess.
Rabbits.
Yep, rabbits.
And we head back to the spire.
Straight to
Yep.
the envoy's shrine temple room.
You guys come just smashing your way in because you have a ton of animals. It makes so much noise. It disrupts the entire piece of the shrine, which immediately gains the envoy's attention. Oh,
Well, hello there.
hello. I see you have brought a wide arrangement of animals here. You know we only needed one, and none of these ones really look like the candidates. None of these squirrels and these bunnies. And...
Well, they're just extra.
We couldn't be sure what you'd need.
Did you bring anything else?
Poke one of the goats, see if I could make it like blat to answer.
Yeah, and it makes some noise. Like, oh, excellent. I do believe we have a prime candidate here. Good work, friends. Well, let's see what the goat has to offer. And he puts his 2 hands on the goat's, well, where its head would be, and you see his eyes go blue and then start to shine once again with this what looks like starlight as he converses internally with this goat. And that's where we'll end this episode.
Nice.
So let's do
See you next Tuesday.
let's do a see you next Tuesday.
All right. See you next Tuesday. Not bad.
Not bad. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Next time on Tales from the Crypt.
Wait. You're going to tell them how it ends already?
You think you guys are gonna finish in the next episode?
Yeah, I mean, we got the goat, right? There can't be that much left.
All right. The Tales from the Crypt podcast is recorded in the Wolfbeard Games studio in upstate New York. If you've enjoyed hanging out with us, please subscribe on whichever platform you listen to. If you really like us, also leave us a review. It's very helpful. If you want to follow us more, you can find us on Instagram at Tales from the Crypt Podcast. We've enjoyed our time with you today, and we look forward to seeing you next time at Tales from the Crypt. This is now an ASMR podcast of the most annoying sounds you can make on a microphone.